Alrighty, so this is the beginning of a very short but hopefully informative series. I am going to do less focusing on the game, the build, the hero, and more on the. Okay, as long as the camera locks, we'll talk. Okay, there we go. More focusing on the map, and what better way to start than to use the most classic of maps that's not Haunted Mines. Curse Hollow. So, this is a big ass 3-lane map. This is going to be. We're going to zoom. Yeah, there's the farthest zoom. This is the biggest, or one of the bigger maps in the game. It's probably actually medium size if you compare it to things like Warhead Junction and Garden of Terror. But it is far and away the simplest map to wrap your head around, but it still has some decent nuance to it that takes a bit of understanding. So number one, oh, why you gotta do that? Number one, lane setups are a little bit special on 3-lane maps. There's not a guaranteed. I mean, you're still gonna have an offlaner, right? You still want someone soaking experience. You still want someone doing the job that most people just don't want to do, which is why I'm playing Sonya for these games. Because not only do I love her, but she can clear like a motherfucker. She can trade. She can just sustain. She's just genuinely very, very good for this situation. But you'll notice that the Merc camp spawns. They spawn at 50. I don't think it's 55. I think it's elite. I don't remember. But anyway, the one of the bigger strategic points of this map is to have the siege camps going while the first objective spawns. I know. Basically, what you want to do, we're going to spawn. The curse is going to spawn in the bottom lane, so we want to have our giants going in the top lane while we fight for the bottom shrine. The tributes can spawn in 6 different places. So, it can spawn here, 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 and here. So, in doing that, they really dictate the pace of the game. There we go. They dictate the pace and where the game happens. So, since the first tribute's on the bottom half of the map, right in the middle, we now have an advantage with our giants. Because Dehaka is going to have to stay up there and kill them while we get some pressure on the camp here. I'm going to get fucking murdered. Can we get the Valeera at least? Yeah, he did it! We're just getting... Oh god. We're getting meat for our butcher at this point. The further along he gets, the happier I'm going to be. I know. Don't go back it. Don't put... Oh, okay. Enemy team got their giants too. Their giants are a little bit more focused on... when you're fighting close to the giants, it's not as big of an advantage, but if you get forced into the lane and the giants are there to help you, suddenly it becomes a little bit more... You know, there's some sporadic damage that the enemy team can take. Ultimately, though, you want to have the camp going on the opposite side of the tribute. Like, ours right now has the giants and the minion wave, and Abath are pushing. It's already got the gate down. There's still plenty of health. I'm probably going to end up getting that wall, too, which is pretty freaking cool. Yeah, so the second round of tribute here, it's best to have the night camp going, because no matter where it is, even though it's going to be right here, the night camp takes enough time to clear that if your enemy doesn't respond to it, it's going to take out the wall at least, and potentially give you either an advantage here or an advantage here. So you're going to take the numbers advantage there, or you're going to take the XP and the wall advantage here with this. It's not usually something that the Butcher has to do on his own. Honestly, like, you want the waves pushed up so you can just get to the night camp as fast as possible. But now the fight begins. So this is another thing about this this map that really should make a lot of sense, because everybody is on this map in particular. It feels like everybody's just got such a hard-on for the fucking objective. Like, why weren't you at the objective? Why did you go to the objective? The objective was 30 seconds ago. Why aren't you paying attention? And sometimes you don't need to fucking do that. So right now, if we wanted to, tributes are 1-to-1. Neither team is going to get a curse with the next tribute, but we're going to basically, whoever gets the next one is going to force the enemy team to react to the following objective. So, as of right now, we have our Abathur comp. We have all this passive XP being soaked. Dehaka thinks he's going to come back around. Valeera thinks she's going to come back around. I have my spins for evers. And Abathur is just still soaking in the bottom lane. So all that we have to do with this comp is just soak XP until we hit 10. Or we get the tribute. And not die. That's pretty important too. Just trying to make sure that the Butcher isn't instantly exploded. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Keep the Medivh out of here. The other good part about this map is that it's kind of designed for team fighting around these objectives, right? So there's no minions, there's no camps, there's nothing happening right around the curse tributes. Oh look, we hit 10. Go us. Can't do the boss now. A little bit too late. But with that being said, there's not a bunch of random shit out near the objective to really, like, bust the team fight up. Like, nothing to block skill shots, nothing to, just lots of room to fight. Unlike maps like Garden of Terror, where the objective has the stupid little guys on it, and Alterac, same issue. I think if they did not have those, they would be a lot easier to have fun on. But we'll get into those maps specifically later. So the first curse point is coming up. You know, three tributes gives you a curse, and then all of the towers stop shooting, and all of the minions have 1 health. So the smart thing to do in that position, unless you kill the whole enemy team, is to soak every single lane and get all of the XP off of the easy clear on the minions, no matter what you're doing. Yeah! No Butcher. Just auto-attacking W. She's gonna get away somehow. That's annoying. Li Ming is going to get interrupted. The tribute does have a channel time. It is not insignificant. No, Nova, run. God damn it! Can you fuck off for 5 seconds? But if you'll notice in the top lane, boop, this is happening as well. Which is yet just another reason that having those siege giants out during the tribute is so important. So important. So the top fort's down. I'm probably gonna die here. I should not have popped Wrath and gone back in. I should have just left. Looks like Butch is dead too. Sucks. But the enemy team doesn't have 3 tributes off of this. So look at how much we got out of just one push. That's another reason that Abathur's just so incredibly strong on this map. He's just kind of laser focused on doing one thing or the other. But really what we're looking for at this point is just to stall this tribute longer and longer and longer and longer, and we have a team that can basically do that for infinity. With the amount of range that Ming has and our Nova, who just cannot be seen. Got it. I couldn't see her. I couldn't see her. And then we're basically farming our butcher at this point. Like, let's take a look and see what he is on. 108. Why do I feel like it would be more? Come on, butch. Nope. So let's just get the fucking tribute. There's no way they can keep fighting us, right? They're not gonna try. Oh my god, of course she is. Yeah, just come at me. Good. There it is. I have Poison Spear, so the fact that people are still running into me while I have Wrath of the Berserker and Poison Spear, like, you're going to die if you have less than 30% of your health. Just that simple. Now that the tower's off, though, we basically have free reign of the entire map. We don't care about buildings, we don't care about minions, we don't care about anything. Nice, easy building kills. The middle wave is still pushing really hard, and because there are no objectives or tower shots to shoot back at it, it's just going to continue to build until it can just crush the wall of the middle keep, and possibly the keep itself. That has been known to happen. So, stalling on the objective is important, but also stalling in lanes. Like, if you can force the enemy team to react to where you're at on the map, you can do it. Just live. Nice. Okay. Leave me alone. He thought he was clever. Okay. So, all the forts are down. Obviously, that's pretty fucking sweet. With that, we're getting triple the bonus passive XP. And now we're just going to get merc camps to get even further ahead on the snowball. If you are doing well on this map, you are going to continue to do well, and you need to make sure that you don't throw away the lead by dying needlessly. Wow. How did you know? That's weird. I completely missed. And I was not paying attention to see how he would have noticed her. But back to what I was saying. With the way that the XP changes work for this season, this map in particular, if you get all 3 forts on your first curse, you are going to snowball so insanely hard that as long as you're doing the right thing and not dying, you are going to win fairly easily. I know the XP changes are like designed to stop snowballing, but the way that a lot of these maps work is, I mean, it's still counterintuitive. You're still, oh god, why did you guys go over there? It's it's not going to be the most helpful. So maps like this, maps like Sky Temple, maps like Garden of Terror, I guess, maps where a lot of forts will die fast are maps that are really going to abuse the XP system. So the more passive soak that you have, the higher. Oh, it doesn't do it while I'm. That's a bummer. It has a breakdown of the XP in game when you hover up there. which is kind of sad that it doesn't here. But basically, our Abathur has he's not dead. Nope, he's gonna bird out of that poison. Right now, it's just me, Ming, and Abathur, and we are stalling. They're trying to get Ming, which is, I mean, good for them. But what are you really doing? You just gotta leave. You just gotta leave, man. You don't have enough health to handle me. Poor Valeera. You just gotta go. You just gotta get the fuck out. You have 5% health. You're not gonna kill anybody. You need to leave. So this is another potential game-ending strategy for this map in particular. This is one of the few that has 2 bosses, so getting either boss puts some serious pressure on the map. But it is also a map where you can take the double boss call. If we had 2 bosses up, we could take the top, could also take the bottom. They would have to react to the top boss fast enough to get to the bottom boss, because the bottom boss would be on the core. Or they would have to come fight us on the bottom boss and try to stop us from taking it at all, but potentially lose the top keep. So this the double boss play is more of a snowbally strategy. So you want to put your enemy in a position where they have to fight into you a talent down, but they also have to react to such a ridiculous amount of map pressure that they can't really stop you. And then if you manage to kill them in the situation that you put them in the team fight, your macro just wins the game outright for you. So there are definitely ways to prevent that type of strategy, but you still have to keep up in XP. You have to keep the game even. And the enemy team, as of right now, has not done a good job of that at all, even though they have plenty of ability to clear waves and soak XP. Let's take a look at what they got. Yep, their highest XP soaked is second highest on our team. And Abathur, just like far and away, has everything that or he has this whole game in his pocket with the XP, honestly. We're 2 levels ahead right now on 20, and the enemy has to fight us on this tribute because it's our 3rd one. And we get another curse here, which pushes all of our lanes even further, gets us that last keep. So if we just wipe them here, we win. It looks like that's going to be what happens. KT walking right out in the middle of nowhere, getting his shit blown off, and the whole enemy team just walking in, doing the same. It's unfortunate for them. No, Nova. She lives. She went invisible at the last second. I don't know why you went that way. That's 5 people dead. We can just win the game now. We got giants coming in on the top. We got a big wave coming in on the middle keep. Not that it really matters, because we have enough damage between even 3 of us just to slap the core to death. So just try to get better at recognizing when you can end the game too. Nope. Nope. Too late. You didn't get there in time. Actually, the core calls are one of the tougher things to distinguish, but I mean, that one was easy, right? All 5 people were dead. There was no reason for the whole team to go get the tribute. Abathur could have done it just fine. The minion waves were pushing in. We had the giants. Everything was good there. We just started running it down. We had the butcher, who I believe was stacked, right? Yeah, stacked at 300. Shit. And then we had Sonya with the Wrath of the Berserker, just destroying the core. It's not really difficult to do when there's nobody to defend it. So even if you only had like 2 people alive in that situation, we could have killed them too. But anyway, that is going to do it for Cursed Hollow. There is a lot more to think about and to know about that map, but a lot of it is going to be comp dependent. We got really lucky in that we got an Abathur, and that is honestly just one of his best maps. I mean, Abathur's really good on a lot of the bigger maps, period, but Cursed Hollow is just generally where he can just run away with the game, just purely from XP. 10% of team's damage prevented. Wow, look at you. That's funny. Didn't get up there for XP. That's what I would have thought it would have been. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, the map. It depends a lot on comp. There's a lot of macro play to be had on that map in particular. That if you're not building to do the camps at the specific times and soak XP when you need to be doing it, it becomes infinitely more difficult, which you could see with their team. They had a Dahaka, they had a Kael'thas, they had clear, but they weren't doing it enough that they could bridge the gap to actually fight us on an even talent tier. So they lost because of that, and they just lose. You just lose. Get better at looking at the map, scrubs. I hope you enjoyed it. That was the first of the map series. I'm going to dive a bit more into all of them, to be honest with you, but I have to run across them, and I'm just going to be slam locking Sonya for the duration of this series. So she's my favorite. So it's easy for me to get comfortable and look at the map when I'm just not having to focus on the hero. I'll also probably try to do them from the perspective of the 2-lane maps. I'll try to do them from the perspective of both the offlaner and the 4-man, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I hope that you have a wonderful